Book Stew viewers, here we are in Lowell visiting the smallest library you've ever seen. This is a little free library and its proprietor is Kacy Zurkus. Kacy?
Hello.
And also joining us today is Fiona, who's going to help us to open the little free library and take out some books. So Kacy, I have heard about little free libraries, but I never knew that we had one so close to us in Lowell. Can you give us some background on it?
Sure. We had never heard of them before. Not this past summer, the summer before, we went to visit my cousin out in Denver, and they were everywhere. And I thought, oh, isn't that the cutest thing? So we came home, and I just Googled Little Free Library, and it's awesome. You can order like any size and decorate it how you wish, and they send it with free books to start your library off, and they have all different ideas of architecture, and if you follow the page on Facebook, there's always pictures of like big tree houses
Oh,
and
wow.
awesome creations that people are doing to make their free libraries. So yeah, we thought it was great.
Okay, so I see yours is very sturdily kind of built into the fence.
Yes.
How did you decide how to build it?
I had nothing to do with that. That was my engineer of a husband
Okay.
who would do nothing unless it were meticulously done. So he orchestrated all of that. But the girls and I decorated it. So.
I was going to say, is there a common paint scheme for these, or do you get to
No,
choose?
you get to choose your own. So it comes just as unfinished wood. Hold on, sweetie. And then we chose the colors, and you put this door together with the little plexiglass, and then you can decorate it however you wish.
Okay,
Yeah.
so before we take a look inside, which Fiona is going to help us with, how did your neighbors kind of watch you putting it together, and were they mystified?
So I had told them that I ordered it, so it was this big, moment of anticipation, because it took a couple months for it to finally arrive, and then we had it out in the yard and we were painting it. So, when it did finally arrive and we got it put together and put up, everyone was really excited about it, because we have a great neighborhood with a lot of young families with kids, and so a lot of our friends in the neighborhood would walk over and exchange books, and some people will walk by and look at it and wonder, oh, what am I supposed to do? And so when we've been outside, we've said, go ahead, take a book,
And they're kind of like, I can take
yeah,
a
is it
book?
okay if I take a book? Yeah.
So how often have you noticed people bringing books in too?
I see it all the time. I've actually seen people like drive over to put their books in.
That's
Yeah,
great.
yeah, it's really funny. And one woman was driving over, and I just happened to be out for a walk and coming back at the same time. And she was dropping off a book, The Kitchen House, and I was like, well, that looks pretty good, I'll read it. And it was by far one of the most favorite books I read this summer.
Really?
Yeah.
So did you put it back in?
I paid it forward to a friend.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just intrigued by what people put in and what people take out. And how have you seen people like spend a little time browsing?
Yes, yeah. It's funny because we have a new neighbor who's just a young single guy, and he came over and he borrowed Hop on Pop.
So you must have been like,
Right.
okay.
But I mean, it's fun, it's a throwback to childhood that
Right.
even an adult appreciates. So yeah.
Oh, I like Hop on Pop. That was a good one. Fiona, you ready? You're going to do your job now.
Can you stand up, honey?
Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
So Fiona's going to take out some books, and then she's going to give them, wait, one at a time, Fiona. How about giving that to me? Wait a sec.
Hold
Let me
on,
talk
turn
a
around.
little bit, and then, so this book is an Eric Carle book. And we all know who Eric Carle is. He's a very famous author, and he actually, children's author. He has a museum out in Western Mass. And this book is Brown Bear, What Do You See? So what I see in the Little Free Library is an amazing mix of books. Can you pick out another one, Fiona, please? Do you know what that one is? What, I'm sorry, what is it? Socks and Shoe? Okay, so this is another child's board book with great graphics in it. Have you read this book, Fiona? Do you like it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there's 2 children's books so far. Fiona, can you grab this big book over here? I'll help you. Here we go. Now this is one of my favorites, Cutting for Stone, which is a very popular bestseller, really just a thrilling story. And to find this in here, this is something that when the book came out you would have waited for weeks, if not months, at the library, at the regular library, to get this book. So this is truly a treasure to find. So that's an adult novel. We've got 2 kids books so far. How about this one? What else do we have? Oh, what's that? Do you know who that is? Yeah, that's Flat Stanley, another pretty well-known kids books. So we've got board books for babies. We've got chapter books for older kids. How about this one, Fiona? That one looks really interesting. Can you help me pull that one out? Look, we've got a book of recipes. So this, okay, so that just shows the variety of books that are in this little free library, and every single one of these books has been donated by someone who came over, maybe took a book and brought a book. So imagine if your library is closed and you ran out of things to read and you know the little free library is here. You just take a walk. It's healthy to be walking around, right? You walk right over and grab a book. Where'd Fiona go? Where'd my book puller go? Okay, I guess she disappeared. So I also see in here books for young adults, Mockingjay. You know, this is the very famous, what's the movie?
Trilogy of...
Yes, the trilogy of books that Jennifer Lawrence is in. Katniss, she plays Katniss. So here's a hardcover book in great condition, amazing. But nobody's going to take this and sell it. Everybody's going to take it, read it, bring it back, and maybe bring it back with some more books.
The Hunger Games.
That's right, Hunger Games, duh. And then here's Diary of a Wimpy Kid, which is very, very popular. And in fact, the author, Jeff Kinney, has opened his own bookstore in Plainville, Massachusetts. So he's very successful. And now I want to show, okay, so we've got Brown Bear. I did want to pick out this one. I'm not going to embarrass Kacy and ask if she put this in here.
I did not.
But this is Loretta Chase, Lord of Scoundrels. So we've got a bodice ripper in here too. So Kacy, I think really you have just covered the gamut of every genre of book. You've got cookbooks, books for romance readers, kids books, middle school kids. I just think this is such a great innovation.
A funny story, there was a book in here called Menopause, and it sat there for weeks and weeks, and my husband said, we should take that out of there. It's just not appropriate because, you know, that's a family library. So he brought it into the free book section at his work. He works at Lincoln Labs, and it was gone the first day that he put it on the table. 2 weeks later it came back, and then it was gone again.
So maybe you should put it back in here. So what kind of support does the organization of littlefreelibraries.org, do they provide any after support for you once it's built?
Not really, no. You know, it's a nonprofit organization, so I think their goal is to just get the libraries out there, and they do provide you with everything that you need to get it started, from the books to the structure and the placard. So there's not a whole lot that you need from them in terms of maintenance, but it is fun to be a part of that community online.
That's what I was going to ask you about. So you must be part of a very vibrant community that shares ideas, and to have other little free library owners online is a great thing. Now, did Lowell, the city of Lowell, provide you with any recognition or publicity or thank you for doing this?
No, I'm not. That's not our goal either.
I know.
I'm not sure anyone really outside of our neighborhood knows that it's here, you know, because you would have to be either walking or driving by to see it, and we're on the corner of a main road, but I'm not sure that people are peeking down the street as they drive by.
Well, I think it's truly an asset to the city, and hopefully someone from Lowell will see this book, Sue, and think that it's worthy of acknowledgement. The Lowell Sun should certainly come out here and cover it. Hi, Fiona. So I'm also hoping that people in Wilmington might be interested in doing a little free library. Not that we don't have a wonderful library of our own and a wonderful bookstore next to our library, but we also have at this point, Sundays with no library hours. And as a reader and a book addict, I can tell you how panicky it is if you hit a day when you don't have a book waiting for you. So, and I had also looked into doing this myself, so I think your experience has encouraged me to explore this even more. And I guess probably in rural areas, this must really be a lifesaver.
I would imagine, yeah. I mean, and you know, it is a nonprofit organization, and that's why we were happy to order the structure from there. But they're not inexpensive either. So, you know, it is something that you could definitely create on your own,
right,
if, you know, if it weren't financially possible to go through the organization.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
And did you have fun with the kids putting it all together?
Oh, sure, yeah.
It's a great building project for
yeah.
kids, too,
yeah.
especially if you have an engineer supervising,
yes,
right?
Yes.
All right, well, Kacy, I want to thank you so much for showing off your remarkable addition to your beautiful home.
Thank you.
And Book Stew viewers, I'm going to get in touch with the littlefreelibrary.org people and see if we can speak to one of them for this episode as well, and tell us about how the organization was founded and funded. I'm very interested in how many Little Free Libraries there are. So hopefully we'll have more information for you. Kacy and Fiona, who's playing with a swing, thank you so much for joining us today on Book Stew.
Thanks for coming by.